Hello Internet, it's Andrew Michael, and welcome to the review of Power Rangers Dino Fury Episode 5. Overall, I thought it was a good episode, and I honestly thought that it was a good episode. It wasn't the greatest episode, but it didn't need to be. But we did get the introduction of the Green Ranger Zord that we're going to be seeing, and if you want to see more Power Ranger related content, make sure to subscribe to. News about Izzy basically trying to win a track meet that they had. I say track meet, it was a cross-country meet. Meanwhile, she has her cousin out there, and I guess this was like a shout out to the Special Olympics, and I have no problem with that, right? Like, I think the Special Olympics are pretty cool. Anyways, we see that, and we see Izzy training with her trainer. Then we see Izzy's rival for the episode, where she's trying to outrun this other female athlete that she's running against. And so we see the Rangers, supporting Izzy because, they're a team now, and so they gotta support each other through thick and thin. So then we see back at the base where they're trying to find the green and black Zords, and we see that they think they know where the green Zord is, so that will be another plot for this as well. So then we see outside of BuzzBlast, the head of BuzzBlast, and her little robot sidekick trying to say, okay kids, here's what happens if you run into a Sporix. One, you calm down and you call the Power Rangers. And said that's not exactly what they did. First they freaked out, then they calmed down, then they called the Power Rangers, which it was funny how it was like, okay, you do all of this stuff, and they kind of ignored that until like everything was a little bit more calm, and it was weird how they did that. And I kind of found that was kind of funny. And then when actual Sporix showed up, and instead of them staying calm and calling the Power Rangers, instead they all ran away, and then eventually someone called the Power Rangers, and that's how they found out the Sporix were there. And it's morphin time, and then we see all 5 of the Power Ranger Dino Fury Rangers get their full morph for the team. I thought it was cool. And then we see the Rangers fighting the monsters. The Green and the Red Ranger also use a power-up to fight the monsters as well. They didn't completely, destroy the monsters at this point. And so it was really weird how they had, I think it was brine. Something brine. I know it was a brine, and the main thing was, it was like a water monster, whereas like its main thing was to shoot water, and the water was powerful. I thought it was an interesting monster of the week nonetheless. Meanwhile, we see that the Green Ranger is back at the track, and Izzy has this falling out with her trainer / cousin, where it's like, dude, if you're gonna help me race, you gotta be here to help me train. Later on, we find out that the cousin was helping a friend of hers who literally was in a wheelchair, so she can't reach stuff. And the moral of the lesson is there are things in life that are more important than winning, and one of the things is helping people. That is an interesting moral of the week, because I think a lot of people, including myself, need to learn from that. I digress. So then we're back at Area 62, where they figure out where the green Zord is. So what they decide to do is they have a bomb drilling down to where the green Zord is, and their plan is to destroy it. So, of course, we know that didn't work. So then we see back at the track, we see Izzy trying to train, trying to hype herself up for the race. And then, of course, Izzy sees the friend that her cousin was helping out. We get to the race, Izzy's racing, and then we see her rival hurt. So they go to help her out as well. So Izzy, of course, is the last one to finish. Meanwhile, we see Izzy finding the monsters. The monsters find where the Zord is. Of course, Izzy fights off one of the monsters. The monster gets bigger. And so what they do is they lead the monster of the week where the Zord was, and they fight him off. And I thought that was interesting. So, of course, Izzy finishes last. They find the green Zord, they combine, and I really like this combination of this Mega Zord, if you will. I like this combination, and I'm glad they're doing this as well. Meanwhile, we see Izzy finishing the race. She apologizes to her cousin, and that's the end of the episode as well. Overall, I thought this was a solid episode, and I really give it a 4 out of 5 thumbs up. And it was a good episode. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's a great episode, but it didn't need to be. It was a good, solid episode. What did you guys think of this episode? Let me know in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'm Andrew Michael, and I'll see you in the next one. Thumbs up.